Let's get it, girl.
And we are live.
Beautiful. Are we looking at me?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lovely blue head. Now I'm seeing your face.
All right.
So,
Hello, Marcus. How are you doing?
pretty dang good.
That's good. Did you finish the book Ordinary Men yet? I saw you listened to it.
Not yet. I am about a third of the way through it. So it's starting to get really interesting as far as how they're manipulating the men to go forward with it.
Yeah, dude, it's
Yeah.
crazy. What did you see about Owen Benjamin on YouTube? He got demonetized.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
All right, so Owen
They're
Benjamin is a Canadian comedian who's pretty, he's not politically correct, obviously. He's a comedian, right? But he's been
yeah.
doing this stuff where he live streams, and he basically just live streams and talks about politics and his political views and stuff. And people have been really liking it. Like, he'll get like 6,000 people watching and, commenting. It's kind of cool. He just drinks a beer while he does it.
Yeah, drinking White Claws, feeding the bear.
Yeah.
Sidekick bear.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so he just got demonetized on YouTube. Which what do you think about all this? I don't know if we talked about the coalition between credit card companies and social media platforms. Our first podcast.
I don't think we did either. Apparently, from what I know, it's basically whoever's in like at MasterCard running stuff there that's forcing everyone like PayPal and stuff like that to drop people and
Yeah,
Patreon.
and Patreon. So Rod said to send him the link.
Oh,
You can
give
do
me a
that.
second.
Yeah, so people have been getting deplatformed from places like Patreon, and he says he wants the link to watch, not to.
Oh, he should be able to find it. Just search Right Now Politics. That should
Okay.
be the best way to find this. Invite. Let's see if I have a share link here.
That'd be cool.
I don't think I do, but
One sec. I'm just updating him.
I'll see if I can.
Okay, yeah, but a lot of deplatforming going on with social media, places like YouTube, and also these financial companies with PayPal and like you were talking about MasterCard, deplatforming people, or with Patreon is a site that people use, so like they'll put out videos and then you can sign up to give them donations to keep them going. So that was huge with like Jordan Peterson. He made 80,000 a month off Patreon. Really.
Yeah.
Just by people supporting him, it's like GoFundMe, but you pay like $1 a month or like $2 a month, or you subscribe for a certain amount.
Yeah. Which is it's a great idea in the sense that it helps you support independent creators, independent to the point of whatever relationships they take on other than Patreon. But yeah, it's a great way to support creators, stuff like that. We don't have one set up right now simply because I haven't taken time to do it, but it's a pretty interesting way to support it rather than like supporting like buying a bundle of channels or like buying a Netflix subscription or
Yeah.
something like that. You can just support individual channels.
I was talking to my mom and Rick, my stepdad, about this yesterday too. That TV is going to die with our generation. Like, it's already, I don't even know many people my age who really watch TV other than sports.
Yeah, sports is about the only reason to own a TV, and even that's going over to a lot of live streaming.
Yep, you
I
get a
don't
lot
even.
of, online at least with the big companies, but you get companies like Bleacher Report, podcasts, people on Twitter, who are just kind of more private individuals really involved in sports.
Yeah, I also don't even own a TV. I own a large monitor, and that's it. Like anything I want, I can find a live stream
Yeah.
for or put up on a monitor. So
I don't either. Honestly, there's no point. I use YouTube a lot. I listen to podcasts. I mean, even Netflix. if that's got more cool stuff right at your hands, anything you want that a TV doesn't have.
Netflix, in my opinion, is dead. But
I don't really like Netflix either. But
no, it really went to shit when they got rid of the 5-star rating. But
yeah, and but yeah, I was thinking like that with regards to the news because I heard this guy on Fox News the other day was talking to some girl about climate change, and basically they had like 2 minutes to just make their points. You know, you got 2 minutes to talk about something that's so complicated. So it's kind of just two people yelling at each other, trying to like, you know, spit out some slogans or some propaganda. Like nobody's getting their mind changed at that, you know?
yeah.
But that's bad, you know? That's why I think I really love like long form interviews and like Joe Rogan podcasts and stuff like that.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, like, granted, he doesn't share his numbers, and we get like the only real numbers that we can see as far as like how popular his podcast is his YouTube videos.
Yeah,
and we have no idea like the amount of reach he has just on the podcast side.
It's bigger, dude. It's bigger.
Yeah, it's he's putting up numbers more than likely than what like TV shows back when TV was in its prime, like 60s, 70s, 50s, all that are putting up.
TV numbers like nowadays are just way on the decline. So
yeah,
dude, it'll be interesting to see what happens if there is even like a platform like TV. And that's something that's like, I love capitalism, man. It's good for the consumer too, because now we're getting more information, better information, and free information. I don't have to pay a dime for podcasts.
And faster, because no one has to sit in a writer's room, write it up. You get it at 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock, or at 6 in the morning. Yeah, you're getting it whenever it's happening.
I suppose it's good for facilitating, you know, information and like deep information. But I also like, could it exacerbate divides in people because it turns out that we only listen to people from our side, or is that not really a thing?
Well, I think it's good for getting information out there quickly as possible. It's not good for as far as judgments with the Covington case. We had the Jesse Smollett incident where all of that, they just took the like face 1 minute. Yeah, face value. They didn't look at anything else, and it turned out to be false, everything that they were saying. So,
you know, that's this, man, you see stuff like that all the time. And one of the best quotes I ever heard was from Ben Shapiro. He said, when you have an ideological narrative to run, you know, facts are just an obstacle in your way. So it's like people already have this narrative set up in their mind. That's how they view the world. And they'll just fill anything in, you know? So if there's something that, like, let's say contrary, they can just forget it. If there's any bit of evidence that supports their narrative, they'll fill it in like they're totally justified. Yeah. And, you know, use that as justification for whatever they had. But, you know, it's kind of like maybe cognitive dissonance or something like that they can just dismiss any information against what they think.
It's hyper cherry picking.
Yeah.
it's cherry picking with like algorithmic robots.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
what it is.
So what about that Smollett case, man? That was a crazy turn.
Well, it's one of those things where it really seemed too good to be true right on its face. And it's like, we're going to let this sit and see what happens.
Yeah.
And everyone who sat on it was right. So.
Yeah. You know, I saw this Facebook comment today, too, that really kind of tipped me off. I don't get into debate on Facebook or anything like that, but I always think about it, and that sometimes it really sits with me a lot. And this guy was essentially blaming Trump for what happened for the shooting in New Zealand because the New Zealand was a Trump supporter. And he said basically that a lot of killers in the last, or, you know, serial killers, the nightclub shooting, the guy who shot up that Vegas concert, he says that a lot of them were Trump supporters, so he's trying to put the blame at least partially on Trump and Trump's rhetoric. What do you think about that?
As far as what I know, the Pulse nightclub or whatever it was called, shooting, that one, it was just basically a really frustrated gay guy. He didn't have anything to do with Trump.
Okay, I don't know if that was, but he was listing off basically like a lot of the most recent shooters, and using that as evidence that it's Trump's rhetoric that's fueling this kind of stuff.
Also, with the New Zealand shooter, he said in there that he hated Trump. He was just a basic white supremacist. He hated Trump. He hated his foreign policy towards Israel and stuff like that. And he was he called the conservatives basically corporatism in disguise. He hated the left. He hated Islam. He really hated everyone.
Okay, but what I'm trying to get at is like, instead of the singular cases where these people might not be vehement Trump supporters, like the logic, the line of thinking that if someone holds the same beliefs as someone else, then that person in power who has those beliefs is in some way responsible for what happened.
Well, what I was doing there was I was explaining what their beliefs were, and I was going to work towards that. But as far as can you please rephrase that?
So basically, I don't think that people's rhetoric, like, even if I were, I mean, obviously legally speaking, unless you're inciting violence and it's imminent and going to happen, it's not illegal. But I don't even think it's okay to hold people accountable. Like if I say, I hate all white guys with beards, and then someone goes out and slaughters a bunch of white guys with beards, like I'm in no way responsible for them doing that. Just
no, you're not. But if you say you hate all white guys with beards and you kind of have a political movement behind you, you may have to at least distance yourself from those people. It might just be charged rhetoric, like you're out there like Trump giving a speech like the wall just got 10 feet higher, where it's just
I mean,
there's obviously some face value stuff and context that has to be taken into consideration. So
yeah, but some of Trump's rhetoric is pretty heated. Some of the stuff he says is pretty out of line, like at his rallies where he's encouraging people to punch people that protesters and stuff like that. I don't know. I honestly don't like the infatuation with Trump amongst middle America, like people like my parents and their age. And
I've really enjoyed Trump so far. Like I'm probably going to vote for him this coming election. But if he doesn't do anything major, depending on what the Mueller report says, even though that as of right now seems to be a big nothing burger. But as far as right now, I would rather take him over any Democratic candidate that is running as of right now. What do you
think the odds are that Trump gets primaried?
Jeb Bush is acting like he might, although it would be a really dumb thing for Jeb Bush to do because everyone's just going to yell at him to sit down.
Yeah, to go away. I don't know, man. I miss the days of like a Reagan-esque conservative who really taught people things. I mean, Trump's not a teacher in any way. No, Trump's a marketer. He's a smart guy. He's a politically smart guy. He knows what he's doing. He's not stupid, that's for sure. He didn't just waltz in and accidentally get up there. Like, he knows exactly what he's doing a lot of the time. But I don't really like marketing that much because it's basically just fooling people into making them think they want something that maybe they don't, or using psychological factors like tribalism to divide people. And obviously Trump's not the only guy that does this, but he's the president, man, and he does it big. Yeah,
he does it big and great big giant Trump letters. So
yeah. So I don't know, the kind of rhetoric, like, I don't hold him accountable, obviously, for any of these crazy shooters, as in the same way that Bernie's not accountable for that Bernie fan who shot up the congressional baseball game. That seems pretty easy to me. Like, words are words. Just because people like to do this too, to like Jordan Peterson. They'll say, well, a lot of your followers on the internet say some hostile stuff in your comments.
Or incels.
Incels. Or in the Twitter comments or in the Twitter tweets and everything, they'll say some crazy stuff, and then they'll ask him, like, what do you think about that? And what's a guy supposed to say to that? It's like, yeah, they're people, so they follow me.
They're people. They have their own opinions that are independent of mine.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
That's the way it should be. So, like, But I still think that that's kind of a symptom of this whole group persecution type thing, the complex that the left has, because the left doesn't like individuals.
Well, yeah, they try so hard to section everyone off into demographics that they forget that people are their own individual actors at the end of the day.
Only when it's convenient for them, though, do they do that.
Yeah, this is true. When it's Jesse Smollett getting attacked in the street, it's this poor black man getting attacked because he's black by a group of Trump supporters.
Yeah.
So all Trump supporters are bigoted and evil and racist.
Alrighty, let's take a little hiatus. Rogs is ready, so I think
right.
You just send him the link, right? He should be able to come on in.
I sent him the link. The link, I believe, still should be good. So.
You sent it through the email?
Yes.
Okay. I'll tell him it should pop up on Google Hangouts.
Yeah, just have him pick the most recent one.
Let's see if we can get Rogs in here. This is going to be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Got the first three-person podcast going, man.
Haven't talked to that guy in Coon's age.
Jake Rogs?
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to see what he thinks about all this stuff, because I haven't talked about politics with him for quite a while either, so.
Yeah, the last time I seen him was like summer. We were at the golf course.
Oh, yeah, last summer I think it was. Hey, did I tell you I'm coming home this summer too?
No.
June 1st, man. I'm coming home.
Oh, let me go grab this here quick.
No worries. What you got, a snowboard?
Yeah, got a new one. So
nice. What's the damage on one of those?
Under 300, so.
Oh, not bad.
It was originally 450.
And you already got bindings and everything, don't you?
I'm just going to swap bindings between boards, so.
Hey, Mark, when we go live, are we live just on YouTube? Or also on, like, other podcast stuff?
We are live just on YouTube. Okay. As far as YouTube's terms and conditions go, like, we can't be live on any other platform besides YouTube at once. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. But yeah, basically what I was saying is that's part of the whole group ideology that's held by a certain sector of the population that's absolutely incompatible with an individual ideology, and therefore also incompatible with individual liberties or any notion of anything like that. Because without the notion of the divine individual, all you are is your group identity.
Yeah, but I think them sectioning people into groups is so subconscious with them that they aren't even aware that they're doing it.
Yeah. Rogs, are you here? He says he's not here.
I'll send it to him again just in case.
Okay. It says he's here. Hello, Jacob? I'm going to tell him to click the video button. Yeah, soon we'll probably have this perfectly figured out where we don't have technical difficulties.
Yeah, or delays, because I'm trying to remember how to get the live stream up. Because you have to do it in a weirder way because we're doing it through Hangouts.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah.
He says he can't hear us. Let's see. Is Hangouts just for 2 people?
No, I should be able to have more. Yeah, because it allows me to invite more than one. So, well, more people. So
I'm gonna tell him to try the new link. We should probably just tell if anyone's gonna be listening to this podcast. We'll be back maybe in like 5 minutes. We're gonna try and get Rogs to come on with us.
yeah, we may have to do audio only for the rest of it. That might be a thing. So
that'd be all right.
Yeah. So, well, we'll end it. I'll start up a new one.
You're gonna start a new one?
Well, we aren't going to be able to continue on the same one here. So,
okay, will that be just the same video though, same connected to it?
it'll be two separate ones, but
all right, man.
Well, yeah. Even if I do a EP3 part 2, it's not the end of the world. So,
all right, sounds good. We'll get this figured out then. I suppose we'll end this and then get this figured out and go back live.
Yep.
All right. See you soon.
See ya.